Do the Cabbage Patch.
Is that what that was?
That's what that is. Yes, sirree. Us Against Humanity, broadcasting live, ladies and germs. What's happening? I'm Skeet. He's Tony, and my aunt is watching. That is
Auntie Jane.
what's happening right now. That's Auntie. Look, I love you. I love you. There's gonna be some words. There's gonna be some language. There's gonna be some adult content. I need you to go ahead and go to sleep. Just get off Facebook, get off YouTube.
This is great.
I love you. I love her to death. She is my favorite aunt, but it's
I would prefer
you
you stayed.
T wants you to stay, and I need you to go to sleep now because I want to be able to say some 4-letter words without going, oh God, is she gonna text my mother? He needs to go back to church. This is the whole thing. I don't need that. I love you, Janie, but it's time to go to bed.
Can you imagine her calling your mom and then your mom tuning in next week, like not letting you know, and then she's watching it? How would the call be after, the next day after she listened to this?
No, so here's how that call will go. She would text my mother. My mother would say a couple of prayers and then try to figure out a way to contact me and have the conversation without it completely pissing me off. That's how that would go. And then I'd sit down and she'd say, why don't you come by and we'll grab some tacos and we'll have some good times and we'll just watch a movie. And I'll be deceived because being Hispanic, I'm like, oh, taco, free taco, mom's tacos. Yeah. Some fucking I shouldn't say the F word because she's probably still watching. Fuck. Some coffee. I'll go by. My mom will give me that mom hug. Mijo, how are you?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Tony, how it will start is, so your Aunt Janie texted me. There's some content that I'm not really a fan. I'm like, I told you not to watch anything that I do. I can't block people.
You warned her.
Block them. I warned her. Janie, I love you, but it's time to be woke. Or whoa, I don't know. Oh, there she goes. -6. Okay, we're at 6 now. Thank you, Janie. Love you.
Is that
one? I'm hoping that's it.
Can you see the list of people on there? Because I've been trying to figure that out. Like how to see who it is.
Left-hand corner, right above the A and the G. It's got the number of people that are viewing us right now.
I know that, but who it is?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. We won't be able to see that because we're on every platform. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. If you'd like to comment on whatever platform you're watching, you can simply post a comment. We'll start having you interact with us. Go ahead and copy, paste, refresh, do all that. Tony and I we're not even getting warm. We're barely in the warm-up session of the show. When was the last time we did the live show, man? It was a little
3 weeks.
It was a little
2 weeks. 3 weeks.
Like 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we decided that this time around, this was going to be a little more to the actual show of what we're doing.
Right.
Because initially we had discussed that you and I were fighting. Well, people don't know. We're like a married couple. You're the bitch of the show, obviously, and I'm having to yell at you all the time, having to backhand you. Just get back to the kitchen, Tony.
You're cute.
Go ahead and flex. That's how we know.
You're cute. No, it's not that.
Look at that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what that is.
That's
what is that? I think your weights are broke.
You know what? That's 2 weeks of just me, dude. So
at least you're out doing it. That's good.
Well, you always complained that at my 42% body fat, you're like, look, man, at our age, we should go ahead and, me at least, should hit the gym, do something a little more active. Well, what's interesting, as you know, what typically gets me active when it comes to just really anything? What gets me going?
Females.
There you go. So there was a chick. I downloaded an app, started talking to some randos again. And then I made the mistake of taking a look at my side belly profile and I was like, oh fuck, what is going on here? This
unacceptable.
Yeah, this
right?
just isn't it's not look, and also I'm joking, but at the same time, I'm not,
You're not.
because I don't give a shit who you are. When you start to take a look at your overall body image, you start to question your life and your life choices and
Right.
what you have done, that what you are looking at in the mirror is so incredibly fucked up. Where you're
Well,
like, you start thinking about
yeah.
all the fast food and all the
Right.
times you
That's
should have
good that
been
you're
doing
thinking of
some
that.
shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a selfish prick. I mean, of course I'd think of stuff like that. But you
It's
sit there all
important.
fucking baked, and I think this motherfucker doesn't do shit. But you had some issues happen.
Oh, recently with that, yeah, and it sucks. I went about because I've been back at it for almost 2 years now. Almost
Working
the same
out
amount of time I
doesn't
haven't been drinking or anything.
right.
And a while back I had hurt this bicep tendon down here, and there's two different kinds. Well, it connects up top in your, in your ball and socket up here and your
You're
shoulder.
nuts?
Yeah, yeah, your ball
Oh my
sack really
god.
goes from here up to here.
What?
Yeah, yeah, you didn't know that? Come on, man.
Dude, I'm never working out again. I don't need shit
All right,
fucking.
listen to me, dude. It connects up here, and that started hurting. Well, of course, I've ignored it for about a year.
Uh-huh.
Well, 2 weeks ago, my left started hurting. So I've taken now a couple weeks off, and now I keep telling myself go back. In my mind, I shouldn't, because I scheduled a doctor's appointment just to check it. Now it's feeling better after 2 weeks,
Right.
but I know what'll happen. I'll go in there, start going again, and it'll hurt it again, and a setback. Now I have to keep myself from going, but my doctor was an appointment. He didn't have an appointment till a month out, so I'm going to him. I know he's going to send me to a specialist, and we'll go from there. It's probably nothing serious, but yeah, getting old sucks because everything is breaking down.
Well, the problem is, dude, it's the body image, right? Like, you look at yourself like I did. The difference between you and me is you did it years ago and said, I'm not going to be a fat fuck anymore. I'm going to go about, I want to do this, I want to be that. You put the age factor in. And look, I mean, I hate bringing this up, but being of an older age, you have to do 10 times more than the 20, 30-year-old just to see some sort of results. And the one thing that always pissed me off about when you said, and you were trying to do it, is you said, oh, well, diet has so much to do
It
with
is it's 80% of it. It is.
That's such fucking bullshit, though.
It's not
Why?
bullshit, dude. It's
Why does
science,
that-
baby. It's science.
Fuck science. I'm
It's
so
fuck
tired
science.
of hearing that.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck
science.
science.
Fuck Fauci. Fuck science. Fuck
Yeah.
all that. I'm so
Yeah.
tired of that.
Fuck
because
doctors who know what they're talking about,
doctors who have
nutritionists,
busted like 20 years.
experts. Yeah, fuck them, dude.
Fuck them
them.
that have said,
So-
have given up pussy and parties and everything.
right.
Fuck them. I'm tired
Fuck
of it.
those
I'm
guys,
tired
dude.
of it.
Those
Fuck 'em. What do they
experts.
know?
Those fucking experts.
What do
Fuck
they
them.
know? Experts.
so you're still on your gummy bear diet, probably, and popcorn.
No, not one. Not one gummy bear, not one Skittles, not shit. And let me tell you, T, when I do, my popcorn when I'm watching movies,
Yeah.
no butter. Nothing.
Well, that's good.
None of that shit. None of
that's good. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's good.
I expected
How
a
are you
better fucking
feeling?
reaction out of that.
Are you eating? You got to eat.
Oh, no. Okay, so my daily calorie intake or whatever is like what? Like 800, 900 calories?
That's not even enough to survive. Your body burns that while you sleep, about 800
Every time I
calories.
jerk off, that's like 400 calories I burn. No, dude, I'm serious. I'm up. Here's what I'm working at, because as much as I hate admitting this,
Yeah.
I kept thinking, Tony said if I'm going to work out and try to get, start feeling it, I have to match calories and weight and everything.
Well, I
else.
mean, you got to keep track of the stuff if you really. I mean, you don't got to go insane, but I mean, you do need to watch it.
Enough.
You look good, you feel good, baby. It's just a fact. Look
Well,
good, feel good.
I mean,
it's what it is.
What's your definition of feeling good? Because waking up with a fucking raging boner is great.
I mean, that's,
to me, if that's result, to me, when I'm waking up and I could put a hole in a wall, no, that tells me, oh, so this is what I've been missing out on.
So were you losing that?
Been doing well, honestly, dude, it wasn't as normal. It was, it was like an overall process. And I thought, Oh, well, it's because I'm getting older. It's because of this. It's because of that.
Yeah.
Well, oddly enough, when I cut out fried foods, soda.
What did I tell you a while ago?
Oh,
And it
God.
comes down to you
Here we
losing
go.
your
Here we go.
erections in order for you to pay attention to it. Has nothing to do with anything else. As soon as it affects your cock, then you're like,
Then I'm
wait
like,
a
"Oh,
minute
shit,
here.
Tony might know what he's talking about. This
Wait
is
a
oh
minute.
my hold on. Hold the phones.
Now, what about all your vitamins I told you to get? Have you been taking any of them?
Here we go. No,
Dude, that's
I haven't
just
done the Vita.
incredible.
Look, man, you should be happy I'm starting
I am
with
happy.
a decent, nutritional plan.
I'm
I'm
happy.
at about almost 2,000 calories, which is way more. Here,
Well, that's
look,
good.
and this is what I'm
That's
getting
about
to.
average, buddy. So that's
This is
good.
what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
I've been doing it almost 2.5, 3 weeks now, and I weighed myself a couple of days ago, and I only lost like 4.5 pounds. Dude, I was really pissed off by that because I was like, I haven't done anything bad. I've been working out. I've been doing this.
Yeah, but you're getting rid of all that, like, probably water weight from eating all that sugar and
See,
everything else
every
that you were doing.
fucking one of you, that's the first reaction you say.
Hey, well, then
It's
they might be
water.
right.
Well, it's water weight, so baby. Shut the fuck up with. I'm
Yeah.
so tired of that being in it. Look, what we live. It's 2021. We live in a day and age where science, everybody, is phenomenal. Why can't they just invent a pill that
Yeah.
I pop and
Right.
I wake up the next day with abs and a bigger cock?
I mean,
Why
that's not the
can't
way it
what's
works, baby.
what's the problem? Why
You gotta
not?
work, baby. You
Why
gotta
can't
work. Work. You gotta put that work in. That's part of the
Why?
whole thing.
I'm
Make you
so
feel
tired.
good.
Why? Does it? I mean, look,
It does, dude. It
look,
does.
no, I'm not gonna lie.
It
Yes,
does.
I felt better. The
Yeah.
dog loved it because I was picking up his ass almost every, couple more days, and we were going a little further. I woke
Yeah.
up, feeling great about life and whatnot, and boom. So I thought, okay, something's, this is a good thing. And
Yes.
I'm trying my best. At the end of the day, I'm trying to look better because I am a man of a certain age. And I don't want to be which leads me to my next topic. There's a very good friend of mine. She was trying to hook me up with a chick. And she kind of got upset at me a little bit when I found out that the girl she was trying to hook me up with was
Dude, you're
really
just
little heavier than normal. Well, look, it was no offense to her, right? Like, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it did have me take a step back and go,
and look
well,
at yourself.
yeah, well, so am I the fat fuck that everybody's like, well, look at this fatty. This guy's got to have a fat chick that on his arm, but she's really funny and she's got a great sense of humor. I know.
You're so fucked up.
I don't want that. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy that people try to hook up their fat friends that have the great personality with. I don't want that. That's not what I want. And I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just saying that's guys, any age. Tell me I'm wrong, Tony.
You are right. I don't know if the way you said it. I mean, if that's your motivation, you know what I mean? Listen, if that's your motivation to get healthy, whatever it takes for anybody. If you losing a hard on 5 days a week or being introduced to a girl that's a little bit heavier motivates you enough to get a little bit healthy, then that's your motivation. And that's what it's all about, dude. It's different for everybody. It's whatever motivates you, because it's what you should do. Your body really should be, put through a little bit of stress. It only makes it better. It makes it tougher. It releases endorphins. You feel better. I mean, this isn't new shit, dude. This is
this
is
like an
shit.
ongoing thing that people do. And I get it. And, and as much as I ridicule and whatnot, I mean, I'm
drinking
not
Haterade. You're drinking Haterade. Is what you're doing. It's
How
your favorite drink.
Haterade?
It's your favorite drink. It's your favorite drink.
Oh,
it's on an IV drip for you, Haterade. Good old Haterade. I think they're a sponsor. I think you're a sponsor of Haterade.
Us Against Humanity on Anchor, brought to you by Haterade.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Our guy, Barry Funkhauser, who is going to be a special guest here in about 15 minutes or so.
Hells yeah.
He would love hearing the fact that Haterade is a major sponsor on Anchor. Well, for anybody that goes to our website, usagainsthumanity.com, you can click either listen or watch. If you click listen, you can follow along with the podcast. I will tell you, since we are officially going live now, and that is kind of what we're doing, you're going to watch the show and then maybe give it a listen as well. And that's just kind of how it is. So thank you very much for that. So back to the dating thing. Yeah, Tony, like I was telling you, so I re-downloaded these whole apps.
I love when you say that. Yeah, dude. It's 1 month it's this. Listen, I understand. You know how many people do? That's the name of the game with those things. I don't think there's anybody who completely stays active nonstop for years on these things. You know what I mean?
Well, you're not, dude, you're not supposed to, right? Like you're not supposed to. You know, like Hinge. Hinge is one of these that's
I've never even heard of that. Oh, yeah, you told me about it.
Yeah, I told you about these. Hinge is Hinge. Hinge is one of these that it specifically mentions it's meant to get rid of because you find someone that you're like okay with kicking it with, you know, that didn't completely give you the HIV. Like that's the end of the day. Well, there's one I always go back to, and I have literally ridiculed this site for dudes, almost 15 years, and it's called
Hinge. Has been around that long?
No. The one I'm bringing up, actually, Hinge, maybe almost a little more than 5 years.
Wow,
see, I know it's
new.
Been around,
I never even heard of it.
I know it's been around more than Bumble. I think somebody post the comments if you're a fellow loser like me on there, and post how long these sites have been on. Because I am curious about that. It's Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish it's like the bottom of the barrel. It has gone through so many changes. Like initially, here's how Plenty of Fish happened. Plenty of Fish was trying to compete with eHarmony and all these other sites. eHarmony obviously took over so many other things.
Yeah, that was the one with the old guy, right, in the commercial?
The old guy that was like, hey, I guarantee you that you'll absolutely find a girl for you. Here's what's fucked up about that. When it initially came out, I was on the radio and I set up a profile through one of the radio stations I was working with.
Yeah.
It came back to me and said, well, this has never happened. This is the first time we don't have anyone that's equal to your likes. I was like, are you fucking kidding? What? Your commercial says everybody has a perfect match. Well, I apparently had no fucking match. So that passed. Plenty of Fish came on the scene, but then Plenty of Fish suddenly, the fatties and everybody else suddenly realized, hey, this is a site to fuck. This is a fuck site. But then here's what happened. Suddenly everybody, we've talked about on the show before, Backpage happened.
Oh, yeah, the hookers
and everything.
Yeah. See, that was cool. That's something I can get on board with.
Look, I'm on board for whores. Look, you and I have both.
But it's not whores. It's like a service. You know, it should be like, you know, going to a restaurant or something. Let's don't be negative about it.
I get it. Look, I'm with it. Look, I wish there was a site that was completely legal. That it was everything that's out there. That said, hey, look, let's skip the bullshit. You want dome. I want to get laid. Here it is. Nobody's getting arrested. You're not going to be embarrassed, and your Aunt Janie in California isn't going to call your mom.
Well, now that Aunt Janie knows that you like whores, this should be good for your mother too.
Well, I'm waiting to have to go back to church. That's it. I'm already prepared. I'm prepared to go to church now when she was hitting me up. So that's
you need to be baptized again, possibly. Confession,
again,
the whole thing.
You know, the whole Anyway, so Plenty of Fish changed throughout the years. Well, Plenty of Fish is one of these sites that I will tell you, out of all the dating sites, I always wind up getting laid on it. Anybody I've ever matched with is Plenty of Fish. Anytime I've ever matched, it is guaranteed I'm going to have sex with the person I matched with.
Right.
Every time. Every time it happens.
Yeah.
So you know me, though. The problem is it's really fucking bottom of it. It's like normal chicks that you're like, you know, and it's the same for women. Women are like, do I have to talk to the skeet guy? I mean, I don't want to fight that, but you know what? His thing fits my playing. Why not? Let's just fucking go with it. So I did. I did it, and I wound up matching with this really cute girl. I sent you the photo,
Yeah,
and
man.
you were like, "Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why
I
didn't
thought
you?"
she was going to charge you. That was what I
Well, I
thought
thought
first
she
when
had
I
to
saw the
take it
photo.
first. That's what you thought, and I was like, "No, this is like a serious site. It's
Yeah.
not like chicks with dicks. I mean, this is like a real deal."
Right.
Dude, and we were kicking it. Like everything was cool. Our conversation was good back and forth, good rapport. And when I texted you the night before, I said, I have a date with her and we're gonna go grab some coffee, have
Yeah.
some conversation. Dude, nothing. I literally, when I set up the date, didn't get a response, didn't get an
Listen,
email, didn't get a text, nothing. Totally ghosted. It was
here's
it
what I
pissed
think.
me off.
Well, don't you think that half of these, or not even half, probably more now, are like bot? I mean, you have all these bots. You got this fake shit. You got. I mean, most of it's all. I mean, how many real people are on that?
I
You know
know
what I
what you're
mean?
saying. You're assuming that I was probably talking to a dude, and when he realized I wasn't gonna pay for shit,
Right.
fucking ghosted me.
Right. I would imagine that happens more so than not, man.
No, I mean, I can't argue with that because a lot of these sites are very similar. You're right, but the problem is, look, here's the key. If anybody watching the show right now, this is the key because I have my doctorate in online dating. You start off 2 conversation, only 2 is what it takes. By the 3rd conversation, you will notice the spelling is wrong. Improper grammar. After that, nothing makes sense. That is a bot. Somehow their algorithm
Yeah.
says 2 chats. After that, suddenly it's like, oh, boppy, boppy. It's like, what are you special all of a sudden? I wasn't talking to the autistic kid out of nowhere, and now it's you. What is going on? But you know what? With this girl, Tony, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it was normal conversation. There was no misspelling. Everything was on point. And then, of course, I get ghosted, and I
It
mean, it is
happens
what
all
it
the
is.
time, dude.
I mean,
It
that's
happens
just
all the time.
very typical of my life of how it works out. I don't know. You keep saying you're over it. Why? Why be over?
Because I
Why?
just don't care.
You
It's one
should
of those
care
things.
though.
Nah, you
Do you
don't care. Yeah.
never want to have sex again? Do you never want
Yes.
to be intimate?
Yeah, of course I do, but I don't spend time on. I don't have time to spend on apps. You'll just fall into it. You'll be walking down the street one day, trip, and fall into some pussy. That's how. That's how.
You're like, oh,
that's,
hey, all of a sudden, oh, Jesus.
yeah, but
Hey,
see,
this is great.
now my experience is different because the field I'm in. Managing a bar and being around. There's people around. You're at home. Your regular job is working at home. When you're getting out, you're going to the store to buy popcorn. You know what I mean? It's a very brief. It's pretty quick. It's
I mean, look, I tell you, I go run the dog.
yeah,
Go to the grocery store. I went and played golf this week. I had a golf outing this weekend.
yeah.
I mean, I get out, but I mean, I don't get out like you get out where there's like a bunch of randos that I can be, hey, everybody.
Right.
Over here.
And
Look,
just
you
old,
can't, dude, you can't do that now.
no,
We're guys of a
old
certain age.
fashioned. Yeah.
Look, man, we are of a certain age. I cannot go to a show. I can't go to a movie theater, see someone and go, hey, so what do you think of oh, okay, goodbye, have fun. You
Yeah.
can't have that conversation because you're the creepy old fuck that
It's weird,
I
dude.
mean, you can't
Especially if
do
you're
it.
by yourself, like we were talking about earlier today,
I can't
I
do
mean,
it. You can't
yeah.
do it.
It's a weird
It's
dude, it's a fucking weird situation. That's what those sites are designed for. But now I
yeah.
will tell you this before we get off this. There's this thing that I saw or this guy was telling me about, and then I kind of looked it up here and there everywhere. And I think there's like a national brand that does this everywhere. It's so you join this thing and you get a personal matchmaker, right? So you answer all these questions, you talk to this matchmaker. Okay. And now these guys, from what I understand on some of these companies, are paying out their ass. You're talking about $2,000. And I don't know how long they try to match you up, but I think it's a while until they find, yeah. So this person, it's not an algorithm. It's a person. You get assigned a person. They take you through all these questions. They kind of get to know you as their job. And then their job is to set you up on dates with other people that they are the person for as well. So, they have you, they got a bunch of other guys, they got a bunch of other girls that are assigned to them. And then it's time for them to start, trying to match this up. They even assign like where you go, they set up the first date, when they take care of everything, set you up, you do it. Now, I think you're going to pay a little bit of money for that, but maybe that's something you need to try there, Slappy.
Dude, I'm not paying $2,000 for a conversation. I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's $2,000.
That.
Okay. I know it's up there some, but if it's this, important to you, well, why not give it a try?
The difference between you and me, before we get to Barry Funkhauser.
Well, let's don't name all millions of differences between me and you. We don't have time for that, but we can name a few real quick if you'd like.
Number one, I dream about pussy 24/7.
Really?
I absolutely want to be able to hook up with a chick. If it leads to something, great. Hey, that's phenomenal. That's great. I will go with the flow. If it doesn't mean anything to me. I will move on to the next one and the next one and the next one. Right. You play the game. That is life. That is what happens.
For that. I don't have time for that.
What fucking time?
If it comes around, cool. If not, then it'll come
working out and some bullshit.
No, it's not all just that. It's just enjoying life, taking it in. It sounds like another job while you're talking. I got to be.
It is a job, technically.
I got to take a picture of my cock. I got to take a picture here. I got to look good in front of the
dick pics.
I mean, it's crazy, dude. I don't even have a picture of me in my phone, probably. Like, that's the other thing. You know what I mean? It's like I see myself all day in the fucking mirror. Last thing I want to do is take some pictures and send them out all over the fucking place trying to get some pussy. But anyway, enough of that.
All right. So back in the day, but back in like 2013, 2014, I was going through a lot of changes with radio, and as time went on, the word online radio was something that most people didn't necessarily understand, didn't know where it was going to be, because let's just be honest, guys like you that are completely clueless of how to use the internet and screens and some bullshit. I mean, you don't, you don't know what's going on. Right. So I met this guy named Barry Funkhauser from Los Angeles, California, and we somehow met, and he was doing something with online radio, and I was doing Skitopia and wanted to kind of assist him. And throughout time, things have happened, and we've become really good friends, and now he's like a big deal. Ladies and gentlemen, a guy that supposedly is going to help us against humanity be bigger than Howard Stern and Joe Rogan combined.
Oh my God! Say the names.
Barry Funkhouse. I mean, Barry, welcome to the show with your little pink friend 10, pointing out to you.
Top 10 best names too. Barry Funkhouse. I mean, dude, that's top 10 best names ever I've ever heard.
That's your real name. Tell him. He always thinks that your name isn't Barry Funk. I'm like, oh, it's Funkhauser. Like Curb Your Enthusiasm, the whole nine.
Yes, hello. Hi, Tony. Hi, Skeet. Hello.
Welcome to the show, my friends. So fill in the blanks of how you and I met.
I'm not used to this whole video thing, first off.
It's weird, right?
It's a little weird because I can tell you're a radio guy when you're talking over here instead of right here. So I gather that. I get that.
Can you hear me from here? Is this
No. You're good. Yeah. You're good, man.
Okay, I'm just, it's like wearing someone else's skin.
I like it though. You look good, man. Why aren't you on video more? You're a California boy. You fit the image of California. You don't have to worry about online dating. You've got a beautiful girlfriend that I'm sure you didn't meet on Plenty of Fish. I mean, or did you? I don't know. Tell me.
Well, usually when I'm on video, I get paid for it, so that's why you don't see a lot of me on this.
Little OnlyFans Barry Funkhauser action. Okay.
Yeah. No, I heard you talking about pussy earlier, and if I could.
When he says it, it's funny. When you say it, it's vulgar, Tony.
Yeah.
Do you notice that? Did you notice the difference there?
Yeah, it's because it's a softer sounding pussy. I think that's what
it's a little more delicate. It's a delicate pussy. I like that. All right. Sorry, Barry. Go ahead.
Well, I heard you talking about pussy earlier, and I just want to say, that Plenty of Fish and that, all that other stuff. I've had my way around there, and it never works out. I met my girlfriend on Twitter.
Twitter, really?
Isn't that like
How did
normal.
that work? No, because typically I would think Twitter's a bot or some dude with 4 kids that just wants to be a different person. And
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. Like, unfortunately, that's not a joke. I don't trust Instagram sliding into the DMs. I don't trust Twitter. I think this is a lonely dude trying to pretend he's something he's not. But your chick, really? Wow. How the hell did that work?
Well, yeah, now you guys are going to clown on me for days
I would
after
never
this
do
because I broke the cardinal rule of
Uh-oh.
you're never supposed to date somebody that listens to you on the radio.
Oh,
You see their
no.
reactions there?
It's all right.
Oh, no.
You see them both go, oh, yeah. No, she started as a listener.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's an interesting. Okay, folks. So for people that aren't familiar with radio, so let me explain this to you. Typically, when you're on doing a radio show, you have people of the opposite sex that call you up and they're fans and they want to introduce themselves. You normally don't do that. It almost falls under the same category of you don't shit where you eat.
Right.
For the simple fact that could turn out really like great, or it could be stalker, fatal attraction, roasting your bunny or your chihuahua or whatever bitch dog you have. It could turn out pretty bad. And non-jokingly, in this day and age, it could wind up turning to a point that they're contacting program directors and GMs saying
these days, yeah.
In this day and age, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what the fuck can happen.
But now, hold on. I remember you teaching me this. I had many a female meet me at the security gate at our station with alcohol, pizza, and then you kind of bring them in, maybe get some dome, and then kick them out. You fucking taught me that. So I don't want to hear about, now you're not supposed to shit where you eat.
No,
you can just get some head and free alcohol. And then
That's
you're fine.
different.
Okay, so
That's
Steve, you did it too then. Okay, so I
I
don't
did.
feel...
No, we all did it. We all did
We
it.
all did it,
We all
but we're
did
not
it.
supposed to say that we did it. I'm
Right.
sitting here with the balls to say
Yeah.
that I did, and it's working. It's only been
I applaud
3
you
or
for
4
that.
months.
That's good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Good,
you.
good.
That is good.
3-4 months. It's great. She's not a dude. You've checked. Okay,
It is California.
It's Hey, in this day and age, fuck, I don't know, bro. I don't know. You tell
I'm pretty
me.
sure. I'm quite
Okay.
positive.
Okay, quite. It's
Hell
not
yeah.
a really long clip. I get
Like
it.
95% sure.
Okay, good.
99. 99.
99.7. Give me the 7. I won't take a 4, bro. I won't take a 4. I need a 7. Good. So you guys are good. You met through fucking Twitter. Wow, go figure. Maybe that's where I'm fucking up, Tony. Maybe we need some of these.
Well, I'll
chicks
tell you the
to
key.
into our DMs. Fuck.
I'll tell you the key right now is you just got to be yourself and be genuine. Talk to them like, like it's sort of like bird calling. If you want the bird to come, if you want the bird to come to you, you got to go, oh, or whatever the bird. You got to figure out what the bird sounds like, and then oh, and then the bird will come. It's just they'll show.
Hell yeah. That makes sense. That does make sense, dude. You got to figure out what particular bird has that call, and then you got to call.
The bird with the nice tits and tight ass. What is that called? I'm missing out on that one.
You know what it's called.
I know what it's called.
But if you're in that other game, the plenty of whatever, it's like
nonsense. It's nonsense.
You're just playing their game.
Yeah,
it's a lose. Trust me, I went 12 times. I'm a 12-round loser.
To Plenty of Fish?
Well, to all the things.
Or all the same, Twitter, Hinge, Bumble,
Yeah.
all that bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
But dude, you're in California. What part of California are you from?
I'm in Ventura County, where you can grow anything and everything. And boy, dude, I'm about an hour from LA.
Oh, so there's just, you've got pick of the litter. It's great. But that worries me too.
Listen, everybody's married. If they're not married, they live with their parents for some reason. And there's a reason.
Yeah. Why are you still living with your parents?
You think I'm surrounded with single, and you go to Hollywood and they're all homeless. Yeah, they're hot, but they're homeless.
Dude, I've seen those TikToks where these people are just I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with all that, dude.
The hot homeless. Hold on. There's
You're
a
on
new...
TikTok. Aren't you too old for that? I don't get it.
What do you mean you don't get it? How do you not get TikTok, dude?
I love TikTok.
I left it Snapchat because Snapchat you had to go.
That's even worse.
You had to do some sort of fucking thing,
You're fingering the
stuff.
computer? What?
I never understood Snapchat, and that's when I realized that's it. I'm out. And then TikTok came after. So tell me about the world of TikTok. Is it fun?
Oh,
dude,
I love
great.
TikTok. There is, look, if you want hot chicks dancing, grinding, they're on there. If you want funny comedy, there's on there. Dude, literally, you want to learn how to cook, you want to look how to clean, you want to look, hacks.
Is it like easy to find stuff?
Easy.
So if I wanted to find desert tortoise communities.
Yes.
Okay.
It's there on TikTok?
It's there. Do the little search button.
What?
Tony, look it up real quick.
Do it right now.
Find him something.
So desert
and then add it on there.
Tortoise.
I would love to see it. Can you put it on the thing?
We'll
I have desert tortoise care. If you'd like to know how to take care of your desert tortoise, I have desert tortoise habitats. I have desert tortoise videos. I have desert tortoise enclosure, desert tortoise. I mean, it goes on and on. The hatching, the tank, the care. It's all here. See? And I mean, anything you want. Anything you want. Girls.
Find one and add it because I don't know what you're talking about, Tony. Find one and add it on there because I am kind of curious. I'm going to give you an example.
There's too many subcategories. Like you that was a lot. That was more than I thought.
There. That's what I'm
in his
saying.
example, like not even to upload.
You know what I'd also like to find out if there's any Tin Pan Alley music on.
Oh yeah.
That shit up.
Tin Pan Alley comes up in the search. Tin Pan Alley music.
That's a better one. You can play music on this, yeah?
It's a Tin Pan Alley ukulele, Tin Pan Alley cats, Tin Pan Alley cover, Tin Pan Alley Brian, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. But
do you know, Barry? You brought it up. What is this? A different genre of music?
It's music from 1909 to 1930.
Okay, so it's old fogey shit.
Old fogey.
Yeah, that's old. That's
shit. My grandma's 97. She probably knows what it is.
That's
download it, Tony, because I'm curious. Let me give you an example of some TikTok action, Barry.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on, get ready. Come on, get set. It's time for the Sesame Street alphabet.
First off, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. West side, when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife.
There's a little example of some very
did not expect that. Yeah, it's a good one.
I mean, anywhere from there.
Hey, listen, I don't need no new social media. This I didn't agree to come on this podcast to get all hooked on some other fucking bullshit phone thing that I stare at for 25 minutes. Don't you dare show me another one.
I mean,
don't you dare do it.
Yeah, I think you need it.
You won't believe what happened on my flight to LA.
Oh, I don't want to show that. I don't want to show.
One.
Did you? Okay, don't give it away because that's something special for Tony. Here you go. This
I've seen that one.
To the dating episode.
Brady, come here.
Oh, Brady's whipping it up.
Can you smile? What does BLM stand for?
Bang local MILFs.
That's the BLM I get behind. Little banging local MILFs. That's
it's always about banging, bro. It's always about banging with you. I mean,
I can't disagree.
I mean, come on. Speaking of that, is your girl? Does she have a kid?
Is she a BLM supporter?
Is she a BLM supporter? What's bang local MILFs? Is she a MILF?
Oh, is she a MILF?
Yeah.
No, she's not.
No baby daddies. That's good. That's a good.
She's a romance writer. She writes these big, thick books, and it's all about guys named Esteban.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
You wound up hooking up with like one of these romance writers that really?
Hell yeah. I
Very,
like that.
wow, I gotta give you a round of applause
I
for that.
like
Are you
that.
kidding me?
Hell
Of
yeah,
course,
dude.
of course. I mean, LA, why wouldn't you, the young cat on a college radio station or whatever, which leads me to
Or whatever. Yeah.
sorry, tell the fine people where they can wind up listening to you, because I do
Oh,
the
I'm supposed to
work
plug
for you.
myself.
Plug yourself, bro. Plug yourself. I want to hear that shit.
Well, if I was on the radio, well, you're one of my voices on the Central Coast one. But if I was on the radio, I'd say that I'm Barry Funkhauser. That's right, Barry Funkhauser. Say my name twice.
I like that.
And
Love it.
you can hear me from Oceanside to Ojai. And if you looked at a map, it's pretty fucking big. It's like from like northern San Diego to about like Santa Barbara. It's like it's the whole coast. You can hear me there on Cal State Northridge's station. It's 88.5fm.org. It's a member supported public radio station. So they thrive off your tax deductible donations. So when you're thinking about things, you should think about making a tax deductible donation. You can do it now at 88.5fm.org. Where am I? What happened? And also, I'm on in Morro Bay, 5 cities. It's like it's about an hour from me. It's like the most beautiful coast of California. It's just south of Monterey.
Real. Ooh,
And I'm on another.
Plenty of rich milfs out there, dude. You could be cleaning up.
I'm telling you, it's a beautiful place. But every Saturday, you can catch me on the radio playing indie rock and classics. And every time a podcast, I also make podcasts. And every time a podcast would like to have my face and talking on theirs, and then I'm happy to do so.
Barry, you look great, man. From the last time I've seen you, you look like you should be picking up some random rich milfs in Monterey and Santa Barbara and
milfs are so much work, man. It's like taking over somebody else's job. I'll do it, bro.
Yeah,
yeah. You say that now. Have you ever had a relationship with a milf?
Yes, Yes, I'm not going to get into detail, but yeah.
Okay,
it's a pain in the ass. I give you that. It's a pain in the ass, but sometimes it's worth it.
It's a commitment. It's worth it. But look what happened. Like you were probably connected with the boy or the girl, and then that's it. Like what happens now? You send them a birthday card.
Yeah,
you weren't connected to no fucking kids.
Like, don't make me lower your mic.
Hey, your fucking connection. Hey, kid, get the fuck out of here.
I need to bang your mom real quick. Get the fuck out of here. I have some stuff to do. Go watch a film. Go watch Shark Baby. Shark Baby. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, God. The fucking kids here again? I can only see. I can imagine.
Well, where's the baby daddy? You got to That is ridiculous.
So you didn't feel like you were trying somebody else's underwear on or something?
Absolutely not. No,
walking into somebody else's mess.
No, because I'll tell you, man, most of the women that I dated that had dudes on the side, ex-married, baby daddy, all that shit, they all talk shit about their guy. They were all a piece of shit. They were all never there for their kid. And I was like, well, I could be there for your kid.
But you want to hear all that? Ugh. Then you're the next guy who's
setting
a piece
you
of
up,
shit.
Bro.
Yeah,
that's what they do that on purpose. That's like a tactic. If you had some schmuck that you're towing around for 18 years, and some hot babe comes up, you probably say the same bullshit lines. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm just doing it for the kid. Working every day to try to support blah blah blah."
I mean, look, man,
it's the same shit the other way.
I mean, I get it, right? But never once did I ever say, well, do you need money for the child? It's like, no, talk to the fucking dad. I'm here to hook up with you. I'll buy the kid some nuggets. You want some nuggies? I'll buy you some nuggies. That's cool.
Some nuggets.
I'll do that shit, but I'm not trying to fund the kid's college fund with their idiot mom. I'm like, you're lucky to graduate high school. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, come on. You aren't going to graduate 8th grade, much less fucking high school.
You're just a MILF's dream, buddy, aren't you?
I mean, come on, man. I'm just simply saying. But I'm happy, Barry. So look, man, you're supposed to help us out, be like this huge thing. We've been talking about you on the show, that you know a bunch of these celebrities. The problem is, Barry. Oh, now that we're live, I'm gonna talk to T about this.
Oh, you're gonna throw me out?
I'm gonna look. I want to know. Most the cliche LA is, well, we could have lunch with Show and Show and know some big time interview. Do you really know Tom Green? Could you text Tom Green right now just to say, hey, I know these guys. Would he ever be on the show?
No, I'm not gonna bother him now, but
fucking bug him. What's he doing?
Okay, so here's what's going on with him. Okay, he sold his house in LA,
Yeah.
and he moved to Canada, and he grew his hair out long. Some weird shit's going down with him.
Yeah, man, he's traveling around. I've seen that. I saw his Joe Rogan interview.
He's not even driving around anymore. He bought like 1,000 acres.
Yeah.
In Canada, and he's driving around his property and like going live on Instagram for like 4 hours at 2 o'clock in the morning.
He's eating mushrooms.
My point is, I don't think now is the time for him,
right.
but we have definitely we can pull him in. But dude, if you want me to rattle his cage now, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I am kind of curious. He is kind of a nutty. I was actually jumping on because about this time he's typically doing some really weird shit on Instagram.
Yeah, it's been weird.
Which I'm actually surprised right now he isn't on live, because it's been the weird dude. It's been like it's his dog, and then it's the middle of nowhere, and he's just talking about, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
But he's just like, Daddy, would you like some sausages? I mean,
well, listen, behind the scenes, he's got an idea, right? But it's like 60% there.
Okay.
Right.
And you guys are creative, when you have an idea, and it's like
you got to work it out. You're trying to work out the kinks, but it makes sense because he actually has an audience to play off of and see. But see,
but he's got a lot of motherfuckers saying, "Yeah, I'll do that for you. How much you gonna pay me for that?" And then it doesn't really get done the way he wants. You got a lot of that going on.
And I mean, I get that. I gather that. I also gather a guy like that is streaming live and sees only 100 people watching. It's got to be a little discouraging to go.
No, he doesn't care.
Really?
Yeah. What does he fucking care?
He likes it better when there's.
I mean, why?
He likes it better that way.
Just low.
All right, put yourself in his shoes.
Whatever.
You're walking around everywhere you go. People say shit to you like, "Daddy, would you like some sausage or whatever the fuck?" Like over 20 years of time, it's like, yeah, you'd like to talk to random people, and maybe you'll talk to a room full of people that aren't going to treat you that way. So I think that's why he's going on. What I think he's doing as a producer right now. I produced a show for like 12 years. What I think he's doing right now is going through a creative process where he's got something. It's very, very intriguing what he's got, but he's still trying to like workshop the last pieces, and the last pieces are the social media shit and the stuff that us guys. I don't know about Tony. But us guys are like, social media is a hard. And you said like, oh, you were an early supporter to like internet radio, but man, it was very hard to get you to understand anything.
Tough. I didn't understand where you were going with the concept. But you
see it now, right? I feel like
I do.
Time traveler going like, no, you're gonna know, like it's gonna
work.
When, but I think he's going through that whole social media thing where he's trying to figure out like how to use it. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird beast. Like I was talking to Skeet about it. It's like one of those things where I was always somebody in the past that didn't want to post anything unless it was a home run. You know what I mean? It was but it's more. I've read it's more like an IV drip. The social media thing. It's a constant feed. It doesn't really matter, kind of what you're putting up as long as you're there. Your presence is.
Well,
there.
It's like, how do you want to be seen? And like some personalities appreciate going live for a while because you can delete it.
Right.
And 100 people will see it ever. And maybe it'll get recorded somewhere, but probably, not. For somebody that's a high profile celebrity, I think that shit is built for a certain level of talent. Once they get to that level, the tools are a lot easier for them to use because they work.
Right.
When you're growing up to it, It's like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna fucking do that shit. Like, it's aggravating, time consuming. But
Yes.
if you pull 10,000 people and you go live and you get like 500 people, then it starts to be, starts to work for you. So
Right.
it's sort of triggered for that. It's like the hoop you have to jump through,
Right.
And I keep trying to tell everybody that, and so like 1 out of every 500 people get there.
Yeah.
But it's like the Olympics, man. If you want to have a mansion and a yacht bigger than all the other boats, then shit, you got to do it. You got to do it a certain way. And I just find it interesting as a producer watching that progress, and I'm proud of the ones that make it.
And you have a good handful of shows underneath your belt that you're currently doing.
Yeah, I got 22 active, and I got over 60 in the can, and they're all mostly evergreen. They're all niche content, wedding planners and fitness experts and history buffs, all kinds of shit. We're just starting to get into video.
True crime is a big deal right now. You got some of that true crime going on?
Got the true crime going on. We're actually working on a big, my buddy wrote a novel. It's awesome. And he's stuck. And I was like, dude, you should build, because we're figuring out that short stories being sold on Amazon. You can sell short stories on Amazon for like, a few bucks, and people are making ends meet that way. So I was like, bro, take your old shitty short true crime shit that's like 5,000 pages, and you got a year's worth of short stories. Nice. So the world is really interesting right now if you look at it that way.
It is.
Right. Well, it seems like on almost every niche you can somehow configure it to make a little money. You're not going to be a millionaire, but you could do something out of that if you really just put, there's a lot of people I follow online that do a lot of health stuff. There's a lot of people that do a lot of, one thing I've noticed, chicks are really into true crime. Every chick I work with in my normal job, every single one of them has, no bullshit, at least 5 to 6 true crime podcasts that they are diehard for, that they live for, that they do. Tony, what's that thing where you pay extra for?
Patreon.
They do the Patreon for because they want to know more. They want to know what's going on. They want to do. So there's a niche for everything. Like not everybody is. It's not the old school days that it's like, oh, you just talk about music. Oh, you just talk about relationships. Oh, it's. Like you said, it's kitchen, it's working out, it's eating, it's crime. Yeah. That's really interesting that you do a lot of stuff because Barry,
well, you know what? I'd like to
do that shit.
I'd like to protest the fact that you said you're not going to make $1 million.
Can I make $1 million?
I think maybe. I think that we're still at the dawn of something. Like this is a moment happening. Yeah. And if you take all the right steps and do all the right things and attract the right things, you might not make $1 million, but you probably make half. Really, honestly, like because
a lot of hookers.
Think about look at Elon fucking Musk, man. He just built a website that allows you to bank, and now he's got more money than any human or something.
Oh yeah, dude.
We're still there. We're still in terms of content. Like we're right at that thing because now, like you guys can right now, have a product that you could sell, and like there's stuff that you could do on this thing, and you're still developing this stuff. But if you if you make all the right moves and you put all the right pieces together, it's like that show The Wall. Have you ever seen The Wall where they drop balls?
Is this a reality show? Or?
Yeah, it's on NBC. They drop balls, and some balls are green and some balls are red, and there's $1 million slot, and it drops in there. It's like 1 in 100. But people make money.
Right.
And that's how I look at this thing.
Yeah. Got to drop some balls, baby. Dropping balls.
Tony's all about the ball dropping.
So now do you produce all you produce all these shows? Do you have anything to do with any of the social media for any of them, or are you just strictly just producing?
Yeah, yes. I don't operate any of anyone else's social media pages, but I consult for them and I give them content to put on there. So it's all part of the package that I give a client. if you want to talk business here, shit, I got my doggy shit on. And they are up by a lot. So yeah, I can tell you, we can talk shop here.
So all day you must spend that many shows, but you have it down to where it's just quick for you now, I'd imagine.
It's like 4 to 1 at the time. And I try to tell everyone the shows that I do are niche and kind of episodic. So they should be around 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So they're all about that. And they all come in bulk. A lot of them come in bulk. So, for me, it's just, I'm like a plumber, man. I get them, I clean them up, I give them back,
Right. So
I'm like an antique here.
Hey, there you go. Yeah. Nice.
And I'll give them stuff to put on their social media, and it's all case by case, depending on what they want to attract, what they're doing. Everybody has a different objective.
Right.
You can't be mainstream in this world. You got to pick a lane, and there are like 5,000 lanes.
Right. Yeah.
Well, see, and that's what people don't necessarily understand that want to do podcasts. There's tons of people that say, oh, well, I can absolutely do what they do. I just got to buy some equipment and I'll be cool. Well, I mean, you have to develop some more. There's more than just having an idea. You have to be able to actually perform this idea.
Yeah.
You have to make it work.
Yeah, but you're talking to people that are level 1. You guys have gone through, I don't know about Tony. I don't know about Tony, but we've had some radio experience. We know how to talk to people one-dimensionally, where you're talking at them, and we are doing it in a way where we're trying to engage. We have a decade or 2 or 3 of experience there.
Of course.
So for us, it's a lot easier to kind of understand that. So if you're talking to like the level 1 people, like, I don't relate to them, but they are doing very well because they don't have that skill set that we do. It's sort of like some people think you don't need it anymore, but I think you really do. I think it's instantly compelling if you have a little bit, 10,000 hours.
Right.
Well, I was going to say that. Do you think because it is the way it is today and everybody's got their phone out, talking, making TikToks, doing all this stuff that, like you just said, people say that's not needed anymore, that it's almost a natural thing to turn on a camera or turn on a mic and kind of be the show?
I think the shit rises to the bottom and the cream
of course
rises up.
Yeah.
And we're embedded with cream.
Embedded with cream.
We're embedded with cream. So like I think it's a little easier for us to succeed, but as long as we're wise about it, you pick a spot. Like, I love what you guys are doing. It's fucking perfect, man. Yeah. Like, we got to get you some late night chat going on. We got to get you some comedians, some rising stars.
Yeah.
So you have them first kind of thing.
I like that.
So when they look back at their career, it's like, well, I was a piece of shit until I was on Us Against Humanity, and then everything changed for me, you know, because all it takes is a viral clip, and we know how to make viral things happen. It's just a lot of times we don't have anything fucking going on.
Right. And is it a little bit of luck, like you said, viral clip? So is it kind of, is that the way it works? Because it seems like you never know what's going to hit. Like that one dude riding his skateboard drinking cranberry juice to Fleetwood Mac. That
it's never luck.
Crazy. You know what I mean?
It's never luck. It's always strategic metadata.
Right on. Oh, now we're getting crazy.
Yeah, it's always metadata. Metadata is more important than anything we say right now. And I see you, I think Skeet did it, but like on Facebook, it's like putting our words down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's dope as fuck, dude. That's dope as fuck. And I want to see it say that.
Builds. Right? You want to see it say dope as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. But, things like that are happening to make it easier for the cream to rise, because we may not have a large social following, but it's easy for us to build it if you think fourth dimensionally.
Right.
Of course. Look, Barry, I have really enjoyed having you on the show.
Oh yeah.
I want to
Oh,
just.
that's it. I didn't even get to say pussy more than twice.
Well, I mean, if you
Fuck.
like to say it, fucking pussy.
Well, what are you gonna do? You gonna go back on Plenty of Fish and fuck around there again, or what?
Yeah, dude, Plenty
you-
of Fish is
you
your
really-
deal. You know what? I love hearing you. Oh, I gave up on that shit. Fuck those things. A month
And
later.
then now you're all back on all
Oh
of them.
yeah, hell yeah, he is.
Because it was always the go-to.
I'm telling
Come
you,
on.
it's a bad deal.
He needs to
Delete
get out.
them.
Yeah.
Here's what you got to do. Here's what I would do if I were you. Delete the fucking apps and then buy stock in those shitty in Bumble
There you go, man.
because your dollar is gonna go way further, and you're gonna pick up all the hot chicks when you're like, yeah, I bought Bumble stock in
Barry,
2021.
you've known
And-
me long enough. What makes you think I'm spending money on chicks? on
Gosh.
apps? I ain't
Means-
buying that shit, bro.
And
Are you
Regenstein.
fucking nuts? Yeah,
Okay, so here's
I
my
am
advice
not
then.
buying shit. You
Here's
better
my advice
believe
then,
that.
because it worked for me. Go on Twitter and start talking to chicks.
All right,
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
start sliding into DMs, man. You know, the
No, no.
problem is
All
you
public.
you just said slide into
No.
All
DMs.
public.
Public. DM's
Oh.
creepy. You're getting creepy.
We
then.
all
You
got to see it.
Oh,
You all got to be on
we
your best
all got
behavior.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
You gotta interact with them in public and then move it to DM.
Yes.
Then move it.
Really?
Then it works. 100% of the time, it works always.
Well, so wait a second. Is that what you did with your chick? It was all public. Tony and I could go on now and see the thread.
Yeah, you can go back in
Love
time and look
happening.
at everything. You can look at the first time we talked to each other, and my sweetie loves that moment. She pinned it or something. Like it's a frameable moment. It's a social media world, man. And you know what? Quality women are hard to find,
Oh yeah.
but
Well, yeah.
the
I mean,
world
I'm
of
not arguing with that.
take it from me. I'm a niche podcast producer. The world of niche is your oyster.
Yeah, apparently that's
Hell
the
yeah.
same with women.
World of
A
niche is your
niche
oyster.
of people that say yes to me.
I like that and metadata. I got to study this metadata shit.
Look
I'm
at you,
naming
Tony,
my
how you like.
firstborn metadata.
Metadata.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
Metadata.
unbelievable. All right,
Fuck yeah.
Barry, I love you, man.
You gotta
Thank
come
you
Thanks
back
for having
again.
me on. This was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
Come
I like
back on
you
the
staring at my
show.
face for an hour.
Yeah, you
Anytime
gotta
you
come
want,
on.
brother.
Yep,
Anytime you want, Barry. Thank you so much for being on, brother.
See you, Barry.
See you,
Thank you,
man.
man.
All right, there we go. One more round of applause for Barry.
Hell yeah.
Great job, great job, great job. Well, I think Barry's a good guy, man.
Dude,
This
I
is a
like
guy-
Barry, man. He's cool as shit, dude. Does Barry partake in the green as well?
Of course, he's from
Okay.
California. If you couldn't tell, he's one
Yeah, I
of these
totally could.
potential stoners
Yeah.
that just starts metadata and
no, that's awesome, man, because I was really getting, you know what I mean? I could have even asked even more questions to dive
I know
into
that's why
the
I wanted
whole...
to end it. It was getting too nerdy for me. I was
No,
like, I don't
shut
know what
up.
the
I know.
fuck.
I was starting to be like, oh, cool, metadata. Let's have
I
a
know.
fucking whole conversation.
I was
on
watching
this.
all the people leave. Watching, I was like, oh fuck, I got to get rid of this fucking guy.
I'll have to talk to him later about all that kind of stuff, man. Because I mean, he's got the, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. So
Yeah, he's a smart dude, man. Everybody, welcome to Us Against Humanity Live. Thank you so much for being on. I wanted to have more people do some comments. Barry, thank you so much. He says I'm
Yeah.
cool as
Hell
shit.
yeah,
Of
Barry.
course you are,
That was
bro.
awesome,
You're the
dude.
fucking man, dude. So thank you. If you want to post some stuff, do it on Us Against Humanity, Skitobi, any of those. Say some shit. And
awesome, Barry. Yeah, looking
yeah.
forward to it. He said he'll come back and answer any of my nerdy questions, Skeet. All right. And then I'll
what
teach
is
your
that?
ass about metadata. All right.
Dude,
While
yeah.
you're on fucking Plenty of Fish.
And
I
then
want
I'll
you to
be-
listen to Barry at least. Maybe get on Twitter. I know that's what's gonna happen. When you get off tonight, you're gonna be fucking all over Twitter.
And then this, this was me. I'm like, oh yeah, metadata. Yeah,
You're
meta-
ridiculous. Hey, look, that was quality, dude. All right.
Ah, it
People
was
want to
good.
learn about this shit.
Fine.
People love podcast information. He knows.
I mean, if you're doing the podcast, right?
a lot of people want to do it, and like you said,
It
what's
should
funny,
be
man,
fun.
is like at work and shit, and talking to everybody. You were right. Everybody wants to start a
Everybody that has an
What a-
idea, they all want.
He said he's going to name it. Barry said he's going to name his yacht Metadata. I like that.
You know what? When he's a fucking billionaire, dude, you
Yeah.
fucking name it Metadata all you want.
Yeah.
That's how that's going to wind up working. All right, let me bring it over. Let me break it down because this was some big news during the week. And
yeah, big news, baby. Where's your little news drop?
They ain't got no cookies in there?
Ain't got none.
Shit. Not none, dog. A store like that?
Ain't got none.
I want a cookie.
Ain't got none.
I want a cookie.
Ain't got none.
I want a cookie, yeah. I want a cookie.
Ain't got none.
Y'all stupid.
you notice not even for a cookie could he take no for an answer. How about
that? Wow. Now, I was expecting him to be at a Girl Scout cookie setup.
That's who he was talking to, the girls, and they were like, no, we don't got no cookies.
Well, they had deep voices, those girls. Sounded like a guy. I don't know.
No, those were his bodyguards trying to keep him out of the press, going, you don't need a cookie. Just
no pissing on the cookies.
Down, no.
Get back in.
No, you're kneading on the cookies. You're pissing on the cookies. Yeah, no.
I believe I can fly.
Oh, he can fly. If he could fly, he needs to fly his ass out of jail because he's pretty much bugged.
Oh yeah, hey, what's the so what's the scoop? What was the final verdict on that? I mean, I saw the little headline, but I don't click on anything anymore because it leads me to.
Well, currently, I mean, he's facing 9 counts against him, and that would be life in prison. We're talking 3 life terms.
No, but I mean, still, it's not over yet.
No. So what they did was they found him guilty of everything. They finally went through the whole.
They're going to sentence.
Yeah, because they went through the whole sentencing thing, right? Where they were saying anybody that oh, dude, it was literally years and so many story. There was a docuseries, Surviving R. Kelly. When you go, dude, look, man.
I couldn't get through the fucking series. It was boring. Now, nothing to get that's wrong what he did, whatever. But most of those I can sit.
Say that to the victims. Yeah,
no,
it's boring.
I didn't mean that. You fucking jeez. My name's not Steve. All right.
How fucking cold are you?
I was saying the way it was done. Okay. A documentary has to be done the correct way, or it can be very fucking boring.
Yeah.
And for me, excuse me, that one was it wasn't up there on my favorites list.
Yeah.
Of documentaries.
Because the problem is it's one of these that you go to YouTube or you go somewhere else that it kind of had clips, right? So the fact he was sentenced back in May, federal judge, racketeering, sex trafficking, faces 10 years in life for prison, including.
Wait, hold on. 10 years to life?
10 years to life. So at the very least, if his lawyer is worth a shit, he's 10. 10 years.
10, dude.
He's out, most likely. I say, 10, probably out in 7 for good behavior. He's going to be singing some songs, He'll get out. He'll be okay. He's not going to get life in prison. I hate to tell the people that are, out there, Evan Rachel Wood, that, talking shit about Manson and everybody else. I mean, I get it. You want the worst for the guy. He's a celebrity. Anybody with money is not going to get the maximum. Anybody else, you're fucked.
You know what's funny about that is you're completely right, dude. The legal system is how good of an attorney can you pay for determines what your fucking sentencing is. You just knocked it out of the park with that one. And anybody, I mean, you could probably have it recorded of a celebrity just shooting somebody right in the fucking head.
Sure.
And they're not going to get as much as Joe Schmo down the street who shot the guy in the head the same way.
Look at fucking OJ. If the glove don't fit, we can't acquit.
We must acquit. We must acquit. Yeah, if the glove don't fit, we must acquit.
If you don't see the P, he's got to go free.
That's how it is. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
If there ain't no P, he must go free.
Go free. If that's not it, I'm sorry. Look, and I'll tell you. So, real quick, faces chart. And here's what's interesting about that: federal child porn, obstruction counts in Chicago, He's got a shit to sex trafficking, underage bang, all the nine. And let me tell you, the guy's still going to get off with less than 10 years in prison because that's the way the legal system works in this day and age. I'm sorry, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
And I think for anybody that is under the impression, well, all you need is a protest. All you need are people to say that this is what it is. No. Look, if it's any other Joe Schmo that was living in a certain house in a certain residential area and this person got caught for it, and in this day and age of podcasting where all the women drinking wine built a podcast that geared towards that weird pedophile in the neighborhood, that motherfucker's going to jail for 40 life sentences.
Right.
R. Kelly,
not so much.
Not so much. That shit ain't happening. That's just
what's the details on the Cosby thing, how he's released? I know we discussed that he was released, but I never really understood what exactly happened. It's always confusing when a celebrity gets in trouble, you know?
What do you mean? The fact, because, Cosby was in jail in Vegas, but it wasn't for killing, I don't know, dude. I've seen a lot of crazy shit for that.
But he was released, and he's not going to be charged, I don't think. So why was he in there so long? And then all of a sudden, oh wait, no, he didn't do that. Like, I don't. Was it a technicality apparently or something? Some kind of loophole?
Yeah,
the reason that he got out.
That once again, money was the fucking loophole.
It wasn't that he didn't do it. It was that this guy forgot to sign this document at this time on this, so it is all null and void now. Some kind of loophole. Yeah.
And that's how it is. So, for people that were curious about that, I just, it kind of brought me to the money thing because what I wanted to do was tell you about that. That's a guy with money. Yeah. And I'm going to play this TikTok for you. I almost played it during for Barry, but let me show you real life shit and how it's going to be different for this douchebag.
You won't believe what happened on my flight to LA.
The fuck you talking to me like that for, bro? Take me off. I don't give a fuck. I didn't even want to go to Cali. I didn't even want to go to Cali. I didn't even want to go to Cali. The fuck you talking to? I will find your name, date of birth, and address. I will know your social security number before I get off this plane. On my daughter. On that same baby that you see me on the phone with. What? So what the fuck? Yo, cuz, watch the fuck out. What the fuck out? What's the plane? What they gonna do for you before what's the law gonna do? Yo, mind your business. Mind your business. Because I will break your neck. Yo, let me just explain something. Hold on. Let me explain something. What they gonna do for you before?
It's no need, huh?
You told me one thing, I told you I'm gonna leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. You leave it alone.
Gangsters
fuck you talking to?
Gangsters no need. Yo, we about to go. This shit is 2 hours late, man.
I'm trying to leave, bro.
This shit 2 hours late.
And I'm sitting here waiting 2 hours later, bro.
My nigga.
Fuck you.
Loudest one in the room is the weakest one. I've said this to people, young people. I've said it to anybody, Tony, anybody I have ever encountered in my life that wants that life lesson, that wants that one thing that happened, I tell them, loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room.
Right.
The motherfucker that shoots his mouth off, and I say he because 99.9% of the fucking time is some douchebag that's talking shit that shouldn't be talking shit.
I have a couple questions though.
Go ahead.
What did the black guy say about gangsta don't what?
He was trying to relate or something.
No, I know, but did you hear exactly what it was? Because I was just curious. And he was like, "Oh, respect." Like what did he say? Gangsters don't. I don't understand what he said.
Gangsters don't talk shit. Tony.
Well, it's kind of important. I really wish I knew what he said there.
I'll play it again if you want.
Well, no, it's fine. I don't like to watch that shit. It makes me stupider. All right, now the other part too is at the end, the black guy saw the white guy recording and slapped the fucking phone
out of it. Yeah, of course. Because you know what? Two weak individuals see somebody else and they team up. Look,
dude, listen.
It's the weakest of the herd. That's why they team up. That's the shit I'm talking about. This is what's wrong in this day and age.
I mean, there's a lot, but yeah, that's part of it.
That's the cream, right?
Yeah, it's despicable. It's like, threatening somebody. I'll have your name, your address, I mean, that guy. They should just round him up and throw him around a little bit.
Dude, that's a federal crime.
Yeah, it is on the plane. Yes,
understand on the FAA. Look, and There has been statements that have already said Delta Airlines have had this problem, Spirit Airlines,
Right.
American Airlines, Southwest, any other
Everybody.
flight that have said, look, we're tired of it because
Yeah.
people don't want to put on a fucking mask or it's
Yeah.
taking too long, so they run their fucking mouth. They stop the plane. If it's late, now it's even more late because some fucking asshole won't shut the fuck up.
Oh, and you're stuck in there. Oh,
you're
that'd be
stuck.
awful in that fucking tube. And you're like, fuck, I just want to go, you
I
fucking
just need to
moron.
leave. Just shut the. You know what? And the problem is, you got a guy recording it, which I get. He's famous now, TikTok famous.
Yeah.
Would you tell him to shut the fuck up if you were sitting there? If that was you on the plane
No,
recording,
I'm
and
not
then
getting involved. I'm not recording it. I'm shutting the fuck up. If it gets too crazy, I'm going to ask to just leave and get my fucking money back because I don't feel safe on the flight. Is what I would
even
say.
if they kick him off the flight, this guy's
no,
going
if
to
they
go
kick
to
him off
jail?
the flight
I mean,
and it's quick, but if they're sitting there and it's going to be a delay for a long time, I mean, you're probably stuck because you can't. I don't think you can leave, depending on if they're still connected. I don't know all the fucking rules, but I would definitely be like, look, I don't want to cause any trouble, but I don't feel safe on this motherfucker, bro. I want to get off. If they're going to be like, oh, this is going to delay us for a long time, I would just rather leave. And I wouldn't record it because I don't want to get involved with any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I would just shut the fuck up, leave it alone, let somebody come and tase him, get him off. Those guys never win either. It's never going to be a fight where he gets away with it. He gets to sit back down in his seat like nothing happened. The flight pulls off. He's comfy with a pillow and falls asleep on his way to Cali. I didn't want to go to Cali.
I didn't want to go to Cali.
It's never how it ends. That guy ends up in the clink, probably with a serious charge threatening somebody like that. I mean, that's,
dude, that guy that's it, man. He's done. That guy is going to jail.
He's an idiot.
Federal charge. He's going to be on a no-fly list.
Yeah.
This is what upsets me, man, is that in this day and age, there are too many people that do not know how to shut the fuck up anymore.
Yeah, it's just
like before we always knew there's always that one person, which is where the phrase loudest one in the room is the weakest one came from.
Right.
But for whatever reason in this day and age, more people feel this sense of entitlement.
Oh, yeah.
Being able to say more because they feel that what they have to say has some sort of substance. And it doesn't.
You couldn't be more right about that. That is true. Everybody thinks everybody cares. They're the only ones. This is how it's going to be. I don't know where it came from. I was listening to some I don't even know where I heard this, but it says it takes about 10 to 15 years of a generation to program them a certain way. So apparently whatever we're seeing now with people is just the outcome of how people have progressed. Like you said, everybody feels entitled. Everybody's fucking opinion is the word. You know what I mean? Like I want to know what happened for that guy to get that fucking upset.
Well, at the tail end, he was saying, I've been sitting here for 2 hours and I'm sick of it.
Oh, so he's just upset because poor him, along with everybody else there, has to sit for 2 hours, but he's going to go ahead and cause people more issues by doing this. Absolutely. That doesn't make any fucking sense. See, I think he was getting a little freaked out about being, you know what I mean, in that little tight spot for that long. There's some other issues going on. But, if you need to get off, you can go to somebody quiet and say, hey, I'm having fucking anxiety. I need to get the fuck off of this fucking plane. I don't know what they would help you at all. But, I mean, that's not the right way to go about things ever in any fucking situation, dude.
Well, see, dude, and that's exactly where I was wanting to get at. How difficult is for you to just pull someone aside and say, I'm anxious here. Can you please let me know what's going on? Is there something we can do? There are other options besides completely losing your shit.
And
you don't need to do that.
No, and the main option is be a human being, and everybody's sitting there too. Fucking shut up, go to sleep, wait till you pull off. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah,
you're not special. You know what I mean? Nobody's special. Nobody's got the. You know what I mean? It's you got to sit there like everybody else. That's ridiculous. I hate seeing stuff like that too. It just gives me zero faith.
Angers. I want to get back to you. Welcome to Us Against Humanity Live. Hopefully you're watching on YouTube, Facebook. You can comment. All you got to do is just type it in and we'll bring you up in the show. You got any opinion? Tony, you and I were talking a little bit about this. I'm going to play this TikTok. You'll know where I'm going with this to talk about what happened to you going to a comedy show.
Does the vaccine work? No, it doesn't. I've received both doses and still got chlamydia.
I like that. Good for her.
Good for her, girl. Get that vaccine in the vagina.
Well done, Knight. Well
done.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about what show it was, but here's what went down. Yeah,
no.
everybody, if they do listen, knows that I got sick, you got sick. Well, I was just about to go get, or in the process of serious contemplation on the vaccine. I've had COVID twice. The first time was way back 2020. Got a negative, then got a positive. So I got a false negative. Had the antibodies forever. I got months. Man, God, I can't even remember how long, but it was ridiculous.
It was a while ago, right?
Yeah, and it was a long time. So whenever those antibodies ran out, then I got it another time, which is this year recent, when we missed like a show and it was, it was bumpy there for a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. Got it for a week. So I have the antibodies now. So there was no rush to go get vaccinated. Well, I buy these tickets to a local theater here. And should have probably known, with everything going on. But it was very small. You know how everything, you'll see everything a million times now on social media. Anything, this, you got to wear masks, you got to do this. I didn't hear a fucking peep. Now, we bought these over the summer where everybody was back out like this shit was over. You know what I mean? Sneezing on each other. Fucking,
giving hugs, not wiping their ass.
Remember that couple? Remember
that whole
couple
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
Well, it was like a couple months, I think, of pure happiness. Everybody thinks it's gone, and so we bought the tickets. Well, I was probably about the tickets in like July. No, earlier than that, probably like June or something for a show in October. Well, day of the show, my brother calls me and goes, dude, I just clicked the fucking link on following the health things, and you got to show proof of a vaccine or 72, at least the longest 72 hours of a negative test. And I didn't fucking do it because I wasn't paying attention, but I was paying attention. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things where it wasn't anywhere. I should have known. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, what the fuck is going on right now? Numb nuts. You didn't think that you would have to have.
How the fuck did you not know that?
I know.
I'm still astounded.
I would have had no problem going to get a test. Now, I didn't realize they probably have these where you're at now too. I've been told that they have the fucking home tests. And if you even go to CVS now, they just give you the thing, you fucking jam it up your nose yourself. Hey man, I got no problem. I'll do that fucking every week if I have to. And they're free. Here, they're free. Now, I don't know if it's because I have insurance or not, if it's free, but I think it's free everywhere.
Yeah,
it's free
COVID,
everywhere.
everything is
okay.
free. Yeah,
okay. So just
contain it. Make sure.
Well, just a shout out to the 5 people that are listening. If you're planning fucking anything where you bought tickets or a big fucking event, do yourself a favor. Give yourself time. Yeah, it's 72 hours, but why don't you just do about either 24 hours before or 48 before. Give you enough time to get your results. Have that fucking negative test if you don't have a vaccine. Save yourself the deal because the money is fucking gone. I didn't look too much into getting it back because I was so fucking pissed off. But it is kind of my dumb ass for not doing it. I don't know how I feel about all this stuff. I don't want to get in any kind of political stuff as far as, should we all be vaccinated? There's a million things, a million ways. All right. You got a million things for, you got a million things against. I'm not going to say any of that, but I will say if you plan on going anywhere, at least that's for other people too. I should have been, but see, I just had it too. So I know I have the antibodies. So when I went to the doc, I had the antibodies. So I know that I'm safe and I'm not going to be spreading it to anybody now. So in my mind, I was like, okay. And then I wasn't seeing it posted everywhere or I would have gone. But if you're going anywhere around people and you're going to do that, if you're not vaccinated, go ahead and get the test within about, longest 72 hours.
Well, here in Texas, this was just the second week of ACL and it's a pretty big music festival.
Yeah.
Most people know about it.
Yeah.
But that was something that was very big that they mentioned. They even mentioned it so much that they set up tents
right
outside
yes
to say, hey, if you need to get tested, we'll get you
oh
tested
see that's
beforehand.
fucking great.
We'll do that. It was a sponsorship thing. It was everything
Yeah,
that was there.
dude.
But look, man, look.
Okay, how about that? Hold on, before you go. How about that then? How about, okay, if you're a fucking venue then, if they're giving them for free out at a fucking CVS, okay, that means you can get them for free. So why don't, if your responsibility now as a venue, okay, because then it's taking the responsibility away from the fucking Joe Schmo. If they forget, if they don't believe in it, that, whatever the fuck it is, to where they can just go and have this fucking test done immediately. Okay, you're clear. Go inside. That's what everybody should just do then. Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot of the problems away from depending on each individual person.
I thought it was pretty clever to say, and that's the first thing I actually thought. I'm like, oh, well, if you're going into a show with like almost 200,000 people, why doesn't every single venue have something outside that you get a quick swab, you wait your 15 minutes, boom, here you go.
That's it. Another a line, walk through, then you got a holding area when you're done, holding area into the fucking show. I mean, they're making us jump through hoops. Then some of these venues should have to jump through some of the hoops if they want to be truly responsible for this kind of thing.
See, but the problem a lot of the times, Tony, is that they will say, hey, you already got your fucking money. It's your responsibility to get the 72-hour test or you show the COVID. Here's what's fucked up about that, though. That's already been scientifically proven. It doesn't fucking matter if you have been vaccinated. There's a pretty good chance you're going to catch the shit anyway.
Right.
I'm vaccinated, and I still thought I was fucking sick, and it knocked my dick in the dirt for almost a fucking month. I wasn't, but still, that had me think, well, fuck, why did I wind up going through this whole thing, jumping through hoops, and I'm still having to go through all this nonsense? And look, unfortunately, I understand it. I understand what people are bitching about, and they think it's a conspiracy. Shut the fuck up with all of it. Here's what you have to do. Move forward. Understand this is where life is.
For a while.
For a very good while. Guess what? Get fucking used to it.
Yeah.
You need to know if you want to do anything, you better be vaccinated, or you want to be one of these fucking tools that just wants to stand your fucking ground for whatever reason. Fine. Go get tested before.
Yes.
Do it.
That's what that's there for.
Cares?
Exactly.
That's what it's there for.
There's
Move
a couple
on
options
with your lives.
Yes.
You have the option.
Yes.
Why are you being the person? Because, dude, I hear comedians talk about this all the time where they're saying, you know what? If you don't feel you need to do it, then don't feel you have to come to my show. More power to you.
I mean, look, the test, most people aren't opposed
Brewer
to.
said that shit.
So if he's big on the non thing. And listen, I don't care which way you lean on.
I don't give a fuck what you
because it's already known that, if you get it, you can still catch it. You can still spread it, but you're not going to catch it as bad, supposedly. So that's what that is. Okay, cool. You don't want to get that? Well, then here's a test. Here's another option. Just get the test. Then everything's cool. So I don't see the problem with it. Real quick, this just popped in my head. We were talking about airlines before with that clip. I didn't know. Somebody told me today, and I forget what airline it was. Fuck, or maybe a couple. All of the employees together,
Delta.
took the day or the weekend off to protest against the
mandatory vaccination.
Mandatory vaccination. Yeah. I hate bringing any of this kind of stuff up because it's just
I mean, look, that's what's going on in the world. And here's what I have to say to them. 3 words. Fuck those employees. Because you know what? Because you are causing hundreds of thousands of people that just want to get home to their families, just go to vacations, just do something. So you choose to make this point. For what reason? What? Because your little mundane bullshit life is supposed to mean something?
No.
Guess what, jerk off? You make less than $19 an hour. Shut the fuck up and either do what your company says or fucking find another gig.
Wow.
Don't ruin my fucking trip because you're a fucking dipshit and don't want to follow protocol.
Well, what
Fuck
about
you.
No, what about the other way, though? What about when everything was going down, we had no vaccine, and they were these people were fucking cool enough to keep put the mask on and stay working for everybody so everybody could fucking travel when they were asked to do that, and they did it with a smile on their face and just did that. And then what about
Good for
the
them.
same case for the concerts.
Following
Okay, why
protocol.
can't they take a test before they go to work so they're good? Take it every day
Then
instead
you know
of
what?
getting the vaccine.
Absolutely. No, I will say, okay, on that aspect, fine.
Yeah.
Then make the exception to go ahead and have them tested every single day instead of having to do the vaccination.
There's nothing wrong with that, right?
I'll tell you why they won't do that.
Why?
Because that costs a shit ton of money to a company that is saving. It's about the bottom line. They don't want to do that. They don't want to fucking spend the money to have their employees tested every single day for the ones that choose not to get a vaccine.
All right, well, here's my next point.
They don't want to do it.
Where does it stop then? Because here's the only thing, and I'm just bringing it up for conversation. I'm not going to get into what I fucking do or what I fucking believe, but
well, you're an idiot.
Well, it's both sides. See, here, and here's the thing about everything. There's always valid points to each side too, which people fucking tend to forget. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's only this way. I don't even believe it, but everybody told me I should.
I'm gonna unfriend you.
Yeah.
Good, unfriend me, jerk off.
When people start telling you what you have to do, it's very hard for them to stop telling you what you have to do. So when the lines crossed, whether it be in New York, where I don't know if it's still this way, but they fucked them where if you don't have it, you can't even go to a restaurant, a gym, all this stuff. Where does that end? I mean, that spreads, and the next time, oh, you have to do this or you got to do that. And then eventually you're doing everything that they're telling you to do. Now, I know that sounds crazy on one thing, but I mean, that's kind of fucking how it starts. So when companies can tell you, vaccinated, but on the other side, too, that's been going on for a long time. You can't go to school, I guess, I think that's still the thing. Like elementary school, you got to go get all your regular vaccine, your polio, your fucking smallpox, your fucking whatever, right? That your mother brings you to go get, which there were still the anti-vaxxers on that end, you know what I mean, as well. But so it's weird, dude. It's like we always kind of got vaccine. It was regular. Nobody bit. I mean, there was always people bitching about it, but now it's kind of a big thing. And to tell you the truth, I can't fucking wait. I hope I'm around when this is over because I don't want to hear the word vaccine again. Test, negative, positive, fucking mandate, fucking quarantine, fucking shutdown. I don't want to fucking hear it. I hope Corona beer goes out of business so I don't got to fucking hear that fucking name anymore. I'm fucking tired of all this shit. You know what I mean? But you got to talk about it, like you said. I mean, it's what's going on.
That's what's happening. Look, man, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck if you do, you don't.
Right.
But just don't fuck with me. I told you.
Who's here? What's up, fellas? Great convo. James.
Hey, James. And then Pills in a Visa can suck my cock because you're obviously a jerk off. Big, small brains. Well,
that's awesome. Hey, thanks for listening, buddy.
Thank you for
Pills in a Visa. Small dick. Did you say small dicks? Big breaks. Typical Yanks. Yankees.
Typical Yanks. The problem with jerk offs like that is he's probably a homosexual.
He's cute. I'd love to talk to you sometime.
Yeah, I mean, have some balls
and
say a little more. Nah, fuck him. He probably doesn't know. The problem with guys like that is that they're what I like to call keyboard warriors. They're the guys that scroll and don't have the balls to actually fucking man up.
I don't like to give them any more time.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Which brings me to guys that are all about being woke. Ooh, Dave Chappelle, man, fucking, Chappelle caught a lot of shit for his special. Let me just go ahead and.
I liked it.
I loved it. I loved everything about it. I think it's great. Here's a little bit since we're talking about COVID-19. Gonna play you a little bit of this.
Not a cough, not a booger, not a fever, nothing. Look at me. I am the Magic Johnson of coronavirus. I just sat in the crib and got stronger all week. But I was stressed because I kept watching these videos of my beloved black people beating up my beloved Asian people and being so cruel. And the whole time I watched those videos, this is fucked up, but I couldn't help but feel like when I saw these brothers beating these Asians up, it's probably what's happening inside of my body.
He's crazy, dude.
That's
I mean, he's a
good,
goat. My
man.
favorite. I don't care if it's a spoiler or not. Who cares?
No,
My
it's been
favorite
over
one
for a
was
week.
when he was going up, telling the whole trans thing, and at the end, he's like, "Now they have pussy, but is it really pussy? It's
Really
more like
pussy?
impossible pussy."
It's not blood, it's like beet
Beet
juice.
juice. That's fucking dude. That was fucking great, dude.
Dude,
Beyond pussy or impossible pussy.
Impossible pussy, kind of like the
Yeah.
meat that people do for vegans.
Yeah.
Dude,
That was great, man.
in a lot of the time for a lot of
Genius.
the LGBTQ LMNOPs that didn't really pay a lot of attention to the actual special, people were giving him shit. People were, trying to get him canceled. When you have the president of Netflix basically say, shut the fuck up, told employees, I'm going to kick you out when you're running your mouth. This is a guy that's bringing us billions of dollars. Just shut the fuck up. Look, man, we live in a day and age where everyone wants to be woke. How dare you offend or say something that could possibly offend or might offend, or maybe this might. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. Yeah, dude.
Well, he touched on I can't remember if it was this one or a past one where he didn't say it to be mean, he said it to be funny. And don't we discuss it all the time about the intent? You know what I mean? It's for laughs. I like, what happened to people just laughing about stuff? You know what I mean? Instead of, picking out every little thing and turning it around and saying it's for evil. I don't know, man. It's just not fun anymore.
I just think, look, man, a lot of people say snowflakes. I say snowflake all the time because it really depends on who you are. It depends on your age. I never look, man, even in radio, I used to say I never wanted to be the guy that said some shit like, well, those younger people. The problem is there's a lot of young people that start jumping on the bandwagon of what they feel is right for society. They jumped on the pronouns. They started jumping on a lot, Indigenous Day. We need to do this. Oh, you can't say that. Oh, man, this joke is too far.
It's ridiculous.
At what point do you finally just say, you know what? Well, let's not smile.
Dude, and who has the right? Yeah, and who has the right to fucking tell you that? Yeah, it's
nobody.
Nobody
has any right to say shit.
Look,
if you don't fucking like it, then don't listen.
Yeah.
Don't watch.
Yeah.
Don't try to cancel anybody. And the problem is everybody is a fucking keyboard warrior, a telephone tough guy like back in the day. That's what they want to do. They're real fucking big badasses, want to come up with something clever. And you know what? You're a pussy. You don't have the fucking balls or the brains to wind up even getting in the fucking ring and trying to go after something. You don't have the intelligence to do it.
You sound like you're cutting a WWE promo there. You know what I mean?
Fucking Stone Cold
Not
Steve
the
Austin.
guts to get in the ring.
Where is it?
Oh, you don't have
You're
a Stone
a fucking, how dare you? I dare you. Look,
you don't have a Stone. I thought you were going to hit a Stone Cold drop, dude, just now.
Oh, I don't have. I'm not white.
Dude, you got me excited, bro.
I'm not white, man. I don't have some bullshit like that.
Hey, I got a question for you. A little technical support. An hour ago, we got a message from Charles Hogg that we didn't
Charles, Chuck Vans.
But we didn't get it on this. We just got it on our Facebook. Like I told you, it was an hour ago. Hail Saint, he says. So what's up, buddy?
Because I think it was through my personal one. For some reason, my personal, if you post on there and not Skitopia or Us Against Humanity or the YouTube, it doesn't get linked over. So,
yeah, because Nathan Ramos, I think, did we talk to him last week? He said you can't survive off Whataburger.
Oh, when we were talking about being fat.
Yeah.
Hello,
Nathan. And then Dennis Huff says play Pantera.
My boy D Money.
Well, I just want to let you know.
It's a big badass morning show in Las Vegas over at Comp Radio. Thank you, D Money, love and special sauce. I got to go to Vegas, man, and hang out with you. I'm curious if I have to wear a mask or are you guys typical like the days of Phoenix that just don't give a fuck, walk around, spread AIDS and germs and say fuck everything else? Dude,
most definitely.
I mean, the shit was crazy back in the day, man. Anything that anyone ever mandated, you had all the rednecks go, mate, I ain't doing that shit. Fuck y'all. I ain't doing that. And that was my boy Huff. Huff was the type of guy that said, yeah, I don't do any of that shit.
Nice.
How do you share this on YouTube?
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Yeah.
I think you click share link and then you just go ahead and do it. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, like from YouTube?
Like from YouTube.
Yeah,
you
there's a
little
share.
Yeah, click share. Go ahead and just simply do it that way.
And now subscribe if you already haven't.
Yeah,
while you're there, James. Thanks, buddy.
James. Thanks, dude. Yeah, dude, the stories I have with my boy Dennis. Dennis was a guy that he was like you, dude, back in the day in Tampa radio where he was just getting his start.
Yeah.
I was the fucking loudmouth on the radio back at KUPD. And my boy Huff swooped in and was just killing it. And now he's fucking big time. And I'm doing a fucking podcast. So, I guess we see how that went. Got to be white. White is right, apparently, But he was friends with the dudes from Pantera. Dude, Vinnie Paul. I mean, that was
nice.
Like when I say friends, I mean, he was personally invited to his house and they had Sunday barbecues and kicked it and fucking, it was a really good time. Mafia, did you see The Many Saints of Newark, a Soprano story on
Did I see
it?
the dude? I saw it the first time it was available.
Of course
dude.
you did.
Listen, it's still my favorite. Yeah, whatever. It's still my favorite show ever. Now I know that's kind of like, okay, of course it's your favorite show ever, dude.
It's my favorite show, dude.
Listen to me.
Trust me, I ain't saying talking shit about it. I loved it.
And you got to remember, it's before your Breaking Bads, your Better Call Sauls, your Dexters, your all this shit. I don't know if this is correct, but I want to maybe say it kind of kicked off that whole diving deep into a series. I could be wrong. I mean, yeah, there's series on like sitcoms, but I'm talking about, I don't know what you would call it because it's kind of, it's a drama. You know what I mean? Was there anything before that was really everybody's glued to their TV every week that wasn't a sitcom? I'm not talking about Cheers or something.
No, you're talking about like actual drama. Well, you got to remember on network TV you had, because it was around the same time, you had Old School Hill Street Blues,
right?
LA Law.
Okay, yeah, I guess maybe then cable. Then maybe like cable's what
I will say for cable, because remember then The Wire came out and Oz and all these other shows. Now, here's what I want to say about The Many Saints of Newark that some people might have had a problem with. And I had this discussion with my sister a couple of days ago. She's like, it was all right. I was like, well, fuck, when was the last time you watched old episodes of The Sopranos to kind of catch up on who Dickie Moltisanti was? That was Christopher's dad. The fact that towards the end of the movie, and I don't give a fuck if it's spoiling anything, that we suddenly learned when Tony told Christopher his dad was killed by a cop, it was not a cop. It was his Uncle Junior that wound up having him whacked.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the storyline that you wind up learning about it, you're like, oh, fuck, I got to go back and start. Even as I say that, there was so much to it that it was interesting. I read an article that someone said, well, you know what you could have done? Because it was so much to the story, because it was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You could have spread that movie into a fucking season.
Well,
and focused on a lot of the different plot lines that they managed to bring into that overall story.
Well, now that you're saying that, after any good movie, I always look up to see, are they going to make something else? So it is in the already in the process, I think, of being written. They're going to take the story of Tony and kind of stretch this as much as they can, over time. And I did also, it confused me why, because I thought it was just petty what I thought, why Junior, killed Dickie. And it was just because he was jealous. I looked it up. He was jealous that Tony was closer to Dickie. He was jealous that Dickie's Tony's father, left kind of Dickie in charge of Tony when he went to prison. And then when he slipped, this is how petty Italians are too. When he slipped and fell and Dickie was laughing at him, they said, in what I looked up, that was kind of the last straw.
That was
like,
it.
all right, fuck this. And if you remember Junior in the series, he was kind of fucking petty like that.
He was real over any little thing. He was like, all right, what do I got to do to get that? But, that's what was interesting about it, was that when you went back to a lot of the old Sopranos episodes, you were like, holy shit. Yeah, no, Uncle Junior was really fucking petty over bullshit. Even when he was in the mental ward over Snickers and gambling, it was like every little thing. He was petty, grumpy old fucking guinea. That's just how it was. I loved it. I hope they wind up doing a second one.
Yeah, I think they are. His son did really good. He at times, dude, I don't know if they planned this, but if you and he looks a little bit like his father. But if you look in certain things, like they're like the double takes that he did, like Gandolfini did his father, he did a few like movements like his fucking dad did in the series, and it was fucking creepy. I was like, I wonder if they did that or if that was something natural that he's just like his father. He just has stuff like his father. It was just weird things that Tony Soprano did. James Gandolfini did as Tony Soprano, but you saw his son kind of doing some of the same gestures, some of the same, acting some of the same ways. How did you feel? At first, it took me a little bit, because here's what I found happen over the years. Growing up, when we were kids, we had real Italian-American actors doing shit, and you'd see the same guys in the movies, even the extra guys. You always had your Robert De Niro, you had your Joe Pesci, you always had your Al Pacino, always had, some of the, and then some of the Lords, which I forget their names now, but some of the ones that were always in the movies. And then now they're kind of old, you know what I mean? They're not doing the same thing. So now you're getting almost, it doesn't seem as authentic anymore because it's watered down Italian Americans. It's like me, my father was from a little bit watered down. He was not. So it's kind of like one of them things. It took me a while to adjust to the actors acting like and a New York Italian as it was to the actors fucking that were from New York in that shit acting like it. So at the beginning, I was kind of like, ooh, are they going to do good enough to where I forget about that? And I get into the movie, and they fucking actually did. And by the end of it, I was like, okay, this is fucking tight. And I love how they started the fucking Sopranos theme song at the end of the fucking movie. I was like, what, dude? Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That is so funny you say that, because you could tell the difference between like old school Godfather, anybody that did that, the Italians, the way their mannerisms, their style, their clothes. I will tell you, man, that is just society. That is just the day and age.
Yeah, it is.
And you know who I fucking blame a lot of that on?
What's
fucking
that?
MTV, New Jersey. You the fucking what are those?
Yeah. The Jersey Shore, which sometimes was entertaining. Bullshit. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes
I'm not saying that either. But you noticed they weren't dressing slick. They weren't, certain mannerism, certain lifestyle.
No,
but that's the generation.
It is.
We're the generation. But what's interesting is that once an Italian, always an Italian. If you're around people. Like when I'm around my uncles,
of course,
you're around yours.
It comes out.
It comes out in you.
Yeah.
And that is why I was really glad that it did start to come out in these actors. It was a different generation, but you know what? I bet being around that atmosphere really,
I'm
started
sure.
like coming out and going, you know what? I'm craving some fettuccine.
That's fucking not even Italian.
Yeah, dog. Welcome to Us
is.
Against Humanity Live. Show coming to an end here. Let me play one thing for you because I found this.
Wait, hold on. Hold your horses here. Let me check a little fucking thing here. Hold on.
What do you got for me now?
I got one more thing I do want to talk about this.
Okay.
Dude.
What you got?
And I'm not. Because I
know
you
folks.
are.
I'm apologizing now.
Now, shut up. I know you're one of those ones about women and shit. You're always fucking talking shit about them. And I have gone kind of on record saying that I don't find too many females funny as far as comedians. Now, they are. There's plenty. I like them now. There are some. There's more and more. I think there was a lack of. I think there was a lack of, and before they always talked about how bad men were, and that got old. And then they finally evolved. And I talked. So I'm not talking about that. I was at work, and the kitchen guys had on Sirius, and I heard an ad, and it was whatever station. They said this weekend, whatever females that influenced rock station. Now, I didn't say that. I wasn't wah-ing, okay?
I'm fucking wah.
But I stopped and I went, I was thinking. I was like, okay. And I'm not talking about pop. I'm not talking about pop.
No, you're talking rock.
Rock and roll, okay? And I in my head I was like, who and can I think of? And the only, I mean, I went over it and I kind of thought of older people like Janis Joplin, I guess a little bit. Okay, I thought of Heart because they did. I mean, they were pretty, influential. Maybe from Jefferson Airplane like Grace Slick, Stevie Nicks, but I didn't. To have a station, I was just kind of like, I wonder what Skeet would say if there was anybody different than the obvious picks that I just said. And I'm probably missing, I'm sure, a few, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Is there enough for a station?
No, I mean, look, if I talk to some of the guys, my boy L.A. Lloyd, who, kisses the ass of almost every rock and roller. I love you, Lloyd, but you fucking do, Oh, fucking Hailstorm and Taylor Murphy.
That's
Look,
so fucked up.
they're sexy. Their music is mediocre at best. Yeah, the problem, they say, yeah, I've got a number one thing for the fourth week in a row. That
doesn't even matter.
That's because you don't play shit. You've got fucking 5 new bands that you play. Of course, it's bound to be number one.
So name some.
Sorry.
So, would you consider Madonna? No, like you couldn't consider, like Madonna was heavily influential, but was she? It's not really influential on rock and roll. No, you know what I mean? Cher was influential. Was she influential on rock and roll? Like, where do you draw the line of it? Was it rock and roll? And then who would you say? Because there's got to be a few in your head where you'd be like, okay, this is rock and roll. They were kind of influential. People dressed like them. They influenced a certain amount of bands that came later. Like that kind of influence. I'm not talking about having a few fucking good songs. Like influencing means later on people were like, oh, that was my favorite artist, or this made me, kind of guided me into this style, whatever. That's influencing. Not I had a couple number one hits. That's not influencing.
No. No, I agreed with you earlier. Stevie Nicks, Janis Joplin, a lot of that kind of old school classic rock. Yeah, no, they were very influential on a lot of the newer stuff. I will say I was never a fan, and I'm still not a fan of female rock. There's very few that I'll give a tip of the hat to.
Yeah.
But do I consider this something that I'm going to add to my playlist? No. I just don't listen to female rock. I don't consider them worthy of shit.
Jesus, I wasn't that bad. I was just
when it comes to female comedians, I don't tip my hat to them. I don't find them funny.
Wow.
I don't find them influential at all.
So you hate women?
I just like most women unless they're spreading their legs.
Wow, man.
I'm kidding. What? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know they're gonna think you're fucking serious. Hey, these days everything's for real. So
that's right.
Woke. All right, well then real quick, and then we can get off of. Okay, so we named a few that were way back. So would you consider somebody in a very influential time? A lot of bands we loved came out in the 90s. Would you consider Alanis Morissette influential in any way?
Yeah, dude. For a lot of these fucking whiny
I would too.
chicks that do that.
A lot of these whiny chicks.
Dude, this fucking
that's
what
a
was
good
that?
album. It's a good album.
No, I'm not, dude.
I'm gonna admit it.
I absolutely admit it. Look, Liz Phair, Alanis Morissette.
Okay.
Fucking Courtney Love's Sloppy Hole.
No way. She can blow me. She can eat
all that shit.
Don't ever say Courtney Love again.
Remember Lilith Fair? Look, Lilith.
Oh, that's
Fair
right. Yeah,
really
lesbian
opened
fair.
up for lesbian fair fucking digest.
I'm kidding.
That
Stop.
Was, was out there. I get it. I get it. And yes, it was very influential on a lot because in this day and age where music has changed and now, alt back in the 90s was very much something. And now it kind of has bled over to top 40 and kind of poppy, which I like. I listen to all that shit.
I don't listen.
But look, man, as far as, being incredibly influential and really paving the way for other chicks, no, it just men will continue to dominate. That's just the way of the world. That's the way it is. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you, just like James Brown said, That's
Yeah,
the
I
way
had
it
to do
is. Look, people can hate on me all they want and
It's
say
not.
I'm a chauvinist and
It's
blah
not
blah
a man's
blah.
world. I'd love to just give all the responsibility to the woman. That's fine. You can have
Yeah,
it all.
no, that'd be
I'll listen to
fucking
you,
great.
whatever you
Be
say.
great.
I
Look,
don't care. I give
I'd
up.
love to be the dude just cleaning and cooking and not doing
I give
shit
up.
while the wife or the girlfriend or the sloppy side, chick is working her ass off. I'd love to be that guy, but guess what? It's not that world. It's not the world we live in. In fact, I don't think I'll be around for it ever to be that world. We're not going to have a female president. We're not going to have anyone that's
will.
truly
You're-
influential. Bullshit. I don't
You're
think,
wrong.
look, there
I
are
think we'll
too
have a
many
female.
people like
I want a
me
female.
that go, look, I want a female to have sex with. I mean, that's what I want. In office or someone making actual decisions, I don't fucking think so.
You need a girlfriend. I need to come there and specifically find you a girlfriend. So then your mind will be off. A girl that enjoys having sex so that you can get your mind off of it. But speaking of sex, I want to possibly create a new segment about girls telling me stories about guys because I find this
I like
fabulous. Do you ever? I know you have some girlfriends that are friends of yours.
Yeah,
Do they
yeah.
ever tell you like things like how guys hit on them, or the way
God.
guys act, or a first date that they say, things they'd say, things they do? Well, I was at work, and one of my little hippie friends, she's a bartender server there, Megan. I call her Schmeg. Schmegan. Megan's awesome. So shout out to Schmeg. She probably never listens, but she told me she was at a festival with an ex, not her current boyfriend, Sam, who shout out to him too. He's fucking awesome too. Love you guys. You better fucking listen or I'll stab your hearts out. She told me she was at a festival with a guy. And after 3 days into the festival, and this guy asked to eat her ass and her pussy. Now, this is a festival that you're sweating, no shower, 3 days into it. Yeah. Listen to this though. I haven't even told you the great part. Wants to eat her ass, like licking her all over, eat her pussy, doesn't care, like no shower in a tent. Like you remember festival, right? You're
disgusting.
You just stank. You're lucky if you got baby wipes just to get a little bit fucking fresh, right? And then they're about to have sex, and he's like, "Oh, we got to use a condom."
Bend over the bed.
Yeah. What?
What the fuck?
So you're willing to just munch down on every part of her body, but heaven forbid you're getting ready to penetrate.
Yeah.
What was he thinking? He was going to get her pregnant? He was going to get an STD? You can get an STD from eating ass.
I mean, I guess the pregnant part was, but she said that she had told him that, she had her own shit. She was protected. She had, the pill, whatever, that thing they put up there. I don't know what it was, but the point of it was he's willing, like you said, after being at a festival in a tent, sweating your nuts. You know how you'd sweat during the summer. It was probably Bonnaroo, I would imagine, or something like it. Sweating your balls out. He's like licking her ass or pussy. And then she was like, this guy's fucking insane. She said she wouldn't kiss him afterwards because that's disgusting. But
wait. She allowed it? She was cool with it? She let him eat her ass?
I believe probably. I think that was part of the story. Now I'm high all the time, so yeah. I mean, why not?
Are you serious?
If somebody's gonna eat your dirty ass and your dirty twat,
raw dogging it, then there's no reason not to raw dog.
But the funny part, she's ready to go. Hey, let's do this, and he's like, "Oh, we got to use a condom." He doesn't care about his tongue and his mouth and his face, getting all into that. But no, I'm not putting my dick in anything that
That's how Michael Douglas caught cancer. Eating ass and pussy. That's what I heard. That's how he got throat cancer.
What the fuck?
I think
he'd probably be dead already then. You must have cancer all over the place then. You're just an ass eater. You.
I never ate ass. I've never been the guy to toss a chick salad. I never did that. Even never did. No. It's trending in TikTok where chicks are like, yeah, I let him eat my ass. I never did that. To this day, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be willing to eat. Look, I'll tell you this much.
Not after a festival.
Oh, bro.
During a festival, get the fuck out of here, dude. No way.
Number one, I don't think I'd be willing to eat a chick's ass. And to be honest with you, I don't think I want a chick's eating my ass.
They definitely don't.
I got going on.
That Dingleberry factory, they don't want fucking anything to do with that down there.
Yeah.
That is nasty, bro.
That is. Ugh. God.
Well, I got to piss and all this pussy
my
ass
God.
talk. You know, I'm tired.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. So what, are we wrapping this bitch up now? Or are we finally?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we talked about ass and
it?
pussy before we.
Of
you know.
course, that's how you got to wrap up a show. Look, thank you guys so much.
Ooh, yeah, new outro music.
Yes, sir. Thank you for watching on YouTube, on Facebook, on all the good stuff. Key thing to remember, all you got to do is go to usagainsthumanity.com, click watch, and you can subscribe to our YouTube page. Click listen. You can subscribe for the podcast. I'll probably bust this out on the podcast probably in the next day or two. Do that. You missed today's show. Obviously, I'm going to post that shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Woke. Do you feel woke now? After the female comments?
I feel tired. I feel like you're going to have women hire a hitman to come kill you at some point. I feel like
especially it's not going to be over my comments. It's going to be the fact that I don't eat the ass.
Maybe
that's what they're going to be really mad. They're going to say, "I'll take the bitch and host up, but you ain't going to eat my ass."
I put some jelly on it.
Put some syrup on it.
And I'd also like to tell Pills and Ibiza to tell his mother I'll be over there soon. That guy there, you know.
James, later's good shit. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, James, everybody who joined us, man. That's cool. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, good job, man. We'll see you.